Broadcasting not live from an undisclosed location somewhere beneath the New York Public Library, it's Brian and Eric Don't Belong Here. Hello to everybody listening in the future, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Brian Miller here, as always, with my colleague, my friend, Eric Brenner. What's up, man?
What's up, Brian?
Dude, this is so exciting. We're in the same room right now.
We're in the same room. We're just giving each other COVID over and over again.
No one I'd rather get COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I heard you got good COVID. Give me that good Brian COVID.
We haven't done this show in the same room since College Humor.
Yeah.
Which is that was a long time ago.
Like 3 years?
I was trying to do the math of like how long it's been, and
that's your first mistake. Never do the math.
Oh no, time is passing.
Yeah.
It's also just funny of like how pandemic time changed everything.
Yeah.
Of like now it's just been 2020 for 2 years for me.
For sure. I still say 2020 when I'm saying the year. Yeah, it's really strange. Weeks go so fast, but time is standing still. We're all just aging in place.
That's depressing. Very depressing. That's a great start to our comedy show.
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna do getting right into it. We're gonna do something today that we've been talking about doing ever since.
For a long time.
Doing the old show, and we never got closer to it. We never even.
No, we talked about it for like a year.
It's usually on the show. It usually ate up.
The good first half.
The old show used to just be us be like, you know what we should do?
Yeah. Potential hypothetical plans that would really knock this thing out of the park.
And then nope, it'd just be Friday night again, leaning over the same USB Yeti mic, talking about ghosts and shit.
Yeah. And then the same subway ride home, talking about how we really should do all the things we said we were going to do. But now we're doing it.
Now we're doing it. We're going to take our first Brian and Eric foray into ghost hunting. The most, I think, basic level of ghost hunting I think possible. I've been doing a little ghost hunting research, and everybody has this like wildly advanced equipment. Sure. They look like they're out of a Disturbed video. Remember that band Disturbed?
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of these guys. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have like a little crystal on a string. I have a twig that kind of bends in the wind.
There you go.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
That's like we have some equipment. We'll talk about what we got. So basically, we've been talking about where can we go, what can we do, and like we kind of talked about going to Connecticut. We talked about going to New Jersey. Turns out there's some haunted stuff right here in Bushwick.
You know what they always say with ghost hunting? Do what you can where you are with what you have. And we got some ghosts right around the corner.
We got some ghosts right around the corner. So like, why not just make our first foray easy?
Yeah, keep it local. Keep it nice and let's not go. We spent 3 years not doing this. We're going to cross state lines to look for paranormal activity.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I was actually doing some research of like I live in Bushwick, which is about that's okay to say.
Sure. Sure.
So I was doing a little research of like what New York is a haunted ass city, right? Just like all 5 boroughs have to be like swimming with paranormal activity.
Well, I feel like this is a topic we used to talk about in the first iteration of the show, where we're like, so many people have passed away,
right,
since the founding of and before the colonization of Manhattan and whatever. Where are all the ghosts at? They got to be around.
They gotta be.
Yeah.
It's just a numbers game.
Exactly. That's right. High density ghost population.
But I was doing some research into like what are some stories just around my area, in my neighborhood where I've been living for 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
Not much, dude. Not much.
Okay.
It's compared to I think a lot of other areas, there were only 2 major hits. One of which is a little and the other one is I think what the majority of this episode is going to be.
Okay.
How about I do the lesser one first?
Sure.
So, this one is interesting. I know the exact area. that it is, and I can't find the actual New York Times article itself. I can find a 2008 blog post that appears to be tied to a podcast called The Bowery Boys.
Oh, baby.
Which is about New York City history. This article, or this blog post is from 2008, and so I do not know if I hope the Bowery Boys are doing
Really
all right.
quick, I was really hoping you would say the Bowery Boys are like a rival ghost hunting podcast based in the Bowery, and we could get like a real Newsies kind of vibe going on.
If anybody wants to be our rival ghost hunting, New York City rivals.
Well, we could prank each other. We could pretend to be ghosts for them. They could scare us as fake ghosts, you know?
Oh, one day.
Yeah.
We'll have us die hard.
Yeah,
Brian and Eric don't belong here. We'll continue to be 90% like, you know what we should do?
Oh, yeah.
So I can't find the actual New York Times article that this is referencing because the page no longer exists.
Okay, great sign.
Spooky in of itself.
Exactly.
So there was an incident near here in 1894.
Hot dog.
That's when it was written about in the New York Times. So what I have here is apparently some women were coming home late at night and were disturbed by some sort of apparition. From the New York Times, the ghost, which is at present disturbing the midnight rambles, is that of a woman who goes about in the scantiest attire with disheveled hair and bare feet and falls into a fit of hysterics as soon as anyone approaches.
I thought this was going to be kind of a sexy ghost story.
The Bowery Boys do talk about how like the New York Times does appear to be horny for this ghost.
Sure. Can't blame them. The gray lady loves a gray lady.
There you go. So this is directly from the blog, not the New York Times. The ghostly vixen spooked a set of women who ran home to tell their brothers, who then brandished revolvers and set out to do what? I'm not sure guns work too well with ghosts.
I love the idea of getting your older brothers to go beat up a ghost.
Yep. What else would you do? So it says down here, like, as the story went around, it got to a Boulder party of 200 men reportedly went to the ghost's location around the cemetery of the Brooklyn-Queens border.
Wow.
And tried to locate the spirit.
Sure.
And then there was a huge police presence. A bunch of police came trying to hunt down this ghost.
Wow.
Because it was the 1890s, and I guess that's all to do.
Yeah.
Because there were no Game Boys or anything.
No, you got to respond to a ghost emergency immediately.
And the official stance of according to the New York Times, the official stance of the NYPD is that the NYPD scared the ghost away.
Sure. I feel like if I'm the ghost in that situation, it gets the heat comes on like that, I just disappear.
Time to go.
I disapparate.
That's why. What's the point of being a ghost if you can't just disappear when it gets a little hot?
Yeah, you just go ethereal, baby.
So I know where this location is, and I would love to stop by because it's on the way to the larger thing. So we got to stop there. Unless I do have a thing. So I am really nervous about today.
Okay.
Not because of ghosts.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get bullied doing ghost hunting.
I was going to say, I think we have two things to be afraid of. The malevolent spirits as well as just mean people on the street.
Yep. And this is, so this location is there's a basketball court where teens play basketball, literally there could be nothing worse to me than getting bullied by cool teens.
What if we get sucked into a pickup game and we're just embarrassing? I got to make a free throw at the fourth quarter.
So we have to play basketball to prove that there are no
Exactly. They'll only let us pass, but we have to play a game to 21.
Oh, Eric, how's your b-ball game?
Horrible, dude. My friends used to crush me in horse by just doing layups. I couldn't do a layup.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I have a negative vertical leap. I just sink down a little bit when I try to jump.
So basically, our inevitable rival New York City ghost hunting podcast can't start a recreational basketball. What if we did start a recreational ghost hunting basketball team?
I'm into it.
Let's
put a pin in that because I think that's a great idea.
Part of me, I'd rather do wiffle ball, but basketball is funny.
We should sponsor, as a podcast, some serious intramural athletics.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, Eric, yes.
We have the cool skull logo. It just writes itself.
Oh, that's perfect.
Today is canceled. Let's call the New York Athletic Commissioner, see if we can get in the works. Let's get this stew going, baby.
Amazing. Yes, done. Okay, so we'll stop by there, and if you don't hear it in the final podcast, it's because it was boring or we got scared.
Sure. Yeah, maybe both.
Maybe both. But what I'm mostly interested in spending some time in is Evergreen Cemetery, which is very close to here. So I have from the New York Daily News an article from 2012, so 10 years ago now.
Wow.
Meet ghosts on tours of Evergreen Cemetery, a haunted Bushwick boneyard. Wow. Now, this is the only article on this I can find. Take what you will, and there appears to be one primary source, a guy named Donato Daddario.
Okay, definitely not a made-up name.
Definitely not a made-up name. He's the groundskeeper of the Evergreen Cemetery.
Classic.
Who has seen some spooky stuff, and at least 10 years ago would give tours of the spooky stuff he has seen in the cemetery.
You think we could get in touch with this guy?
I should have tried before doing the show.
Fine. That's for a later episode. That's part 2.
It's part of me was like, oh man, this article's from 2012, and it's the only thing of it I can see. Maybe we'll run into him today.
Sure.
If I have a picture of him right here. If we do, we have to talk to him.
We have to talk to him.
As much as I never, it's not even in Brooklyn, you can't do you want to be on our podcast?
Oh,
it's
God.
the worst thing you
I'm
can
sure
say.
It's like, don't make me tap the sign.
So I'm gonna read. I'm just gonna read this article, and then we can kind of comment on it as we go. It's pretty short. The Evergreen Cemetery is haunted, no doubt about it, and its historian, Donato Daddario, has seen and heard his share of spooky stuff.
Okay.
He shares some of these eerie secrets with visitors during public tours that run through November 11th, presumably in 2012. One of the goosebump-raising sites at the 225-acre Bushwick Boneyard is a hill called Solitude, frequented by a ghost nicknamed the Woman in White.
Oh, baby.
Now, there's a lot I feel like we could do if we wanted to really hit our ghost hunting niche. There's a lot of Women in White stories.
Yeah, it's I feel like in all of these ghost stories, there's certain archetypes that keep popping up again and again. And the Woman in White is a huge one. Out in Mount Misery in Long Island, there's another Woman in White who appears by I think a bridge in these stories and asks for a ride, and her head comes off later, and et cetera, et cetera.
There's another one in Union Cemetery in Easton. Which I really want to go to at some point, really bad. And then it was like my hometown had one that I'm sure kids just made up.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But so Daddario says he heard her weeping loudly as he walked along a nearby road one rainy evening, hours after the cemetery emptied of visitors. He didn't stick around to see what she wanted. I just wanted to get the hell out of there, he recalled as he stood among Solitude's Civil War-era headstones during a recent visit. I wasn't on the clock. I don't get hazardous pay.
I wonder if you're a groundskeeper. I mean, I always talk about that hotel, the Concord Colonial Inn, where it's like the staff are constantly talking about just interacting with weird stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder at what point it's just like part of the day job. And you're like, yep, this thing, I just don't go near it, whatever.
Yeah, shit. We need to talk to somebody who works at a haunted thing.
Yeah, we'll look up this guy.
Yeah, all right. I guess we will. So we're gonna go to Solitude, this hill Solitude.
Okay.
And that's I think the first place we're gonna plant down and maybe see if we can get some contact with something. So continuing on in the article, in the 1800s and in the 1890s, the hill became a magnet for broke and jilted women who went there to drink carbolic acid and die. To this day,
oh no,
as though it's cursed, flowers don't grow on it.
No way.
So that's the first thing we're going to check.
That's interesting. Are there some flowers? Yeah. It is the wintertime.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. And also, you don't see a lot of just random... I guess we'll have to... How many random flowers are in the cemetery to begin with?
Exactly, precisely.
Don't usually cemeteries have kind of a rule against that? You can't just go around planting stuff in the fucking cemetery.
Probably not.
Probably not. At the cemetery's administration building, the ghost of Charles Pfeiffer, the cemetery's first superintendent, sometimes sits on a radiator or stands at the bottom of the stairs, Daddario says. Pfeiffer has never appeared to the men in the office, only the women, Daddario said, adding, the room would get cold when it was 90 degrees outside, and one of them would see him. In the graveyard's ocean view area, a child-sized statue serves as a grave marker for Winnie, who died of pneumonia at age 3. It seems her spirit protects the century-old brownstone statue from danger from acid-filled sap that drips from an overhanging spruce tree. Delicately carved details like the lace on Winnie's bonnet and the buttons on the back of her dress are eerily intact. So we got to go to the ocean view.
Yeah, for sure.
And check that one out. Check out Winnie. See if we can talk to Winnie.
Yeah.
People drop pennies in a stone pail on the statue clutches and leave her candy canes at Christmas. She's a loving spirit, Daddario said. The stone wall at the Siloam section of the cemetery is a haunted place too. That's where he found a crying redhead sitting 3 years ago. He stopped to help her out. She said she wanted to kill herself. I calmed her down, he recalled. He gave her a ride in his truck to the cemetery gate. She vanished the minute he turned away from her to lock the gate, which spooked him. Later, when he talked to a group of graveyard visitors he'd driven past, they said he hadn't seen anyone in the truck with him.
Whoa.
He'd given the redhead his card in case she wanted contact info for an outreach program to help with her grief. A ghost has my business card, he said.
Holy shit.
And that's the spooky stuff going on at Evergreen Cemetery.
Interesting.
Can I find much else to back this up? No. But that's the thing. How can we tell if no one's done an investigation?
We're gonna go. Can I raise a concern?
Do it.
That I have, that I think, I don't know, maybe it's silly, maybe it's not. But what I think one of the big inspirations for the show has been things like Astonishing Legends and the Sally House, and obviously one of the things that made the Sally House experience for the Astonishing Legends crew so compelling was that they had a pretty intense encounter.
Yeah.
With a seemingly malevolent entity of some kind.
Tess talked about that on the show, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. We did that whole interview with her. We have no contingency plans.
No, we don't. That's a good point. I kind of wasn't worried about this one, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I really look at this one as a softball.
I'm with you. I mean, kind of going forward. If we start to do this more often, start to visit more
Well,
sites.
I'm wondering, we've learned before on the show, salt.
Sure.
My wife's into all the witchy stuff. It has a couple of crystals. We can dispel some energy if things get weird. Maybe that's a good.
That is true. Your wife can always sort of help us out in an SOS situation. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Rarely just be like, no, you're an idiot. It's like the dog who gets into the briar patch. Like, you leave those thorns in the nose for a little bit.
That's it's a 50-50 shot. That's what we'll get.
Sure.
It'll be interesting. I was saying I am kind of looking at this one kind of as a softball.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we might get nothing.
Yeah.
Right? That's entirely possible. And we wouldn't be very good ghost hunters if every place we went we saw ghosts, right?
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe we would be great ghost hunters.
Or we'd be great ghost. That's a thing. Maybe we're great ghost hunters.
You know.
I don't have a hugely advanced kit. However, I did recently purchase.
Yeah, what do we got? What's the gear?
A full. We've fucked with a spirit box on the show before, but I have bought now an individual unit. And it's so. If you're not familiar with this spirit box, it is a radio.
Sure.
This thing, we could just straight up listen to baseball on this thing.
It
looks like it's got an antenna, black and red, and it scans through radio waves really fast. Yeah. Basically, hoping that a spirit can interfere with the scanning, maybe give us some words or some phrases that we can then have something of a back and forth conversation with. I believe it's a little controversial in the ghost hunting world. You know, a little like it's easy to maybe take what you get and apply it how you'd like to apply it.
Of course.
But I don't see how that's any different than a Ouija board.
No,
or
exactly.
tarot cards
it's
or
not.
anything else.
It's
yeah.
Not. It's not.
So it's all about being discerning, being aware that there could be coincidences, and not taking anything, not getting too excited too fast.
I mean, it's not any different than the remote viewing episode we just did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, the way I look at it is like, hey, if we get something weird, we get something weird. But like, let's not get too excited about the first thing that happens.
Yeah.
Because like anything could mean anything.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to use it, mostly because I think I paid the Ghost Hunter Premium for this thing.
Oh yeah.
This is the S-Box Ghost Scanner, and if you want a ghost scanner that looks and feels it's got a nice weight to it. It feels like a ghost hunting thing.
So this is functionally a radio with just a scanning function, right? Is that basic? So it's randomly going between different stations.
Right.
And the idea for the layperson, I guess, and for me, just to clarify.
We're both lay people.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You've read the book, though. You've read What's-His-Face's book.
I'll be real, the book's pretty fucking boring, and I haven't made much progress.
You bought the book. You're in the possession of one ghost hunting manual.
Ghost Hunting for Dummies by Zach Baggins.
Z-Bags.
Z-Bags!
But so the idea here is that like it's basically like an audio version of a Ouija board where if there is some kind of entity present, they can manipulate the station that it's going to and sort of communicate with us via the audio that's coming through on the stations.
Exactly.
Different words, snippets of phrases and things like that.
That is the hope.
Got it. Amazing. And do we have any other gear?
That's it. That's really, it's like, so the other like popular one is the EMF reader.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
And I've hovered over it on my Amazon cart. But like let's be real, I'm on a budget and it doesn't make great podcasting.
Right. Yeah.
not a lot of drama.
Going crazy. Well, the other thing I would question is, so what? It's EMF is what? Electromagnetic frequency. Mm-hmm. So it's just picking that up in the ambient environment.
Yeah. And like, so when you're outside and you get a sudden like electromagnetic spike, some people think that there is ghosts and like electric signals are maybe tied. Uh-huh. So, but like not a lot of drama in that. So I didn't end up picking one up. But here's the thing: if we're gonna be the new ghost hunting rock stars, maybe we got to throw away some of the old conventions.
That's right. We'll find new technology.
That's the thing. If we're just doing the same thing everybody else is doing, why bother with Brian and Eric? You got plenty of ghost hunters out there. Zach Baggins is already doing it.
That's right. We're the new generation. We're the iconoclasts.
We're throwing out the rules. Say, hey, you got to do it this way. Fuck you. No, we don't.
That's right. We're turning it on its head. We're the punk rock of ghost hunting.
That's it.
And also, I feel like in the middle of a giant city, there's probably a lot of EMF.
That's I don't see any reason why for all the skepticism the Ghost Box sometimes gets, I don't see why the same thing cannot be applied to EMF readers.
Right, exactly.
We are also generally recording, so like the voice recording is a popular tool in of itself, where people like ask questions and then listen back to the recording later. We're podcasting, baby.
Yeah, we're podding. We're
casting.
And that's exactly what happened in the Sally house. This came.
Yes.
The response came through on the recording itself.
Right, man, that is a good episode of Astonishing Legends. Jesus Christ, super spooky shit, dude.
I remember being at work with you, and I was like, Brian, it is imperative that you listen to this 10 hours of audio immediately.
Oh man, what a great Halloween listen.
Oh yeah, very very spooky.
Let's see, Eric. Any other thoughts or concerns? Or you wanna hit the road, man?
I'm very scared, and I think we should go do this.
Hell yeah! All right, let's get to it.
Cool.
Okay, we are on the corner where the apparent 1800 sexy ghost appeared. We're just live. We're not live, but we're here right now. They're going. New York City, baby.
Yeah, we're picking up vibes, but also lots of traffic, an embarrassing number of passerbys.
So we did start getting set up over by another street corner, and we decided there were some firefighters doing what appeared to be some sort of like hose training, maybe. And we decided we were too scared to set up by adult men with real jobs.
Shame levels through the roof.
So we're going to, as discreetly as possible right now, see if we can pick up any vibes from the sexy ghost.
Yeah.
The 1800 sexy ghost.
Yep.
That was scared away, so we shouldn't take it. We shouldn't take it personally if we don't.
If any, I feel like she's the victim in the situation. Yeah. Honestly, for sure.
I agree.
Yep.
All right, so let's hold the ghost box up to the mic and let's hit scan.
All right, I'm initiating scanning.
Great. Hello? Is there a, can't really hear it. Is there anyone here? I did hear something there. Well, we might have to listen to it back later. So we want to keep it in short bursts to kind of like, if we leave it going, we'll definitely get things, but like that might not be any good.
So it's kind of like ask a question and then hit the scan.
Exactly. See if we get anything.
Gotcha.
So let's try it one more time. Hello, is there anyone here who would be interested in speaking to us? We got a little breakthrough there, but nothing I can quite make out in anything discernible.
Let me turn that down. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like maybe the type of thing where we'll also have to listen back to the audio and see if there's anything that comes through.
I think so. Well, we gave it a shot.
Yeah, I won't even call it the college try. We gave it like the good old middle school try.
Let's keep it.
Let's go to the primary destination.
Yeah, which I believe won't have adults who will make fun of us.
Yeah, they'll just be mourning their lost loved ones.
We're recording. We just arrived at Evergreen's cemetery, and we're looking for solitude. We have a map. I'll include the map in the blog. It's a beautiful fucking day.
I gotta say, yeah, it's not spooky at all here. It's really beautiful. It's very pretty.
That's I was initially worried of like, are we gonna get anything during the daytime, especially like a nice, not spooky day?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I've been reading the Warrens, and like, say what you will about the Warrens.
Oh, I will.
They've insisted, nah, daytime's fine. Spirits don't fucking care.
Sure.
And if anything, doing stuff at night is like, we'd almost be more reticent to think it's a spooky thing.
Yes, because we're more likely to be spooked.
And like when I am spooked, it's like, I mean, you've seen it before. It's like being dunked in cold water, and just everything is the worst possible scenario.
Yeah, I always think back to that Christmas episode where we got scared of the potential ghost in the room that may or may not have been a ghost.
And now, could it not have been a ghost? Yes. Was it probably a ghost? Yes.
Yeah. Very weird, very strange.
Very
strange timing, a lot of coincidences.
Very strange. Great podcasting, I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the thing is, too, that, life is not necessarily like a horror movie. Like, this place just feels very sort of solemn and peaceful.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess. In kind of a nice way, honestly.
It's, especially like we were talking earlier, Bushwick is a kind of, Bushwick has a vibe, right? Very in post-industrial.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of amazing always that there's this huge, beautiful spot just right in the middle of it.
Yeah, exactly. This is a massive, Evergreen Cemetery is
It's
massive.
huge, 225 acres.
Wow.
Would you want to be buried in a cemetery?
I have a thing where I'm sort of claustrophobic.
Ooh.
And I have a just completely irrational fear that somehow my consciousness will be trapped in that coffin.
Interesting.
So I think I'd want to be cremated. There's a cool thing you can do where your corpse can be somehow buried like in the roots of a tree.
I've read about that, yeah.
So you get planted with the tree. I think that's kind of nice.
That seems like the best possible scenario. I mean, like, we're supposed to kind of return to the earth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we kind of aggressively fight that, it feels like.
Yeah. Plus, if somehow through some transmutation you become a tree, that seems pretty, I'll take that. I'd be a tree.
That's my one thing. So I've always, of course, like, also thought, I cremated. Like, that makes more sense to me. I'm not religious, so like, I don't have any specific, and I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife, so like, I'm not worried about it. I'm dead, do whatever you want with me. But there is something about a headstone that is like, I don't know, a marker that you were here.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. It doesn't matter to fucking anybody except you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But the tree kind of fixes that.
I will say, if I was going to go cemetery route, I would like just a absurdly and lavishly appointed mausoleum for myself. Just something very spooky, some kind of trapdoor situation inside. You open it, something scary happens. There's like traps and whatever.
Like
build me a dungeon, you know?
Straight up just a haunted spooky dungeon with a legend of treasure.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the dream, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like not enough people really explore that option.
It's tough. You have to be, so first off, I think that's a great goal. But you have to become elaborately, eccentrically wealthy.
Yes.
You have to kind of spread legends of yourself around so that rumors of your vast fortune and treasures that probably have a curse.
Almost certainly. Yeah, if you think it's something that people used to do. People used to spend, the latter half of their life building massive monuments to themselves, like the pyramids, things like that.
God, that's so smart.
Yeah, and they kind of, that sort of fell off.
Yeah. Now it's just like a little rock with your name on it.
Exactly.
That's nice, don't get me wrong.
Exactly. I mean, there's still some, there's some mausoleums up here that are kind of nice.
Yeah, I guess the move is, okay, you have a mausoleum. You have a big spooky mausoleum. Mm-hmm. You have to leave the initial room open for visitors.
Yes, absolutely. Open to the public, yeah.
And then there's a staircase leading down, like, hey, you can go down there. You're allowed to go down there, but don't do it.
Not advised.
You have to sign a waiver.
Inadvisable.
Sign a waiver, death trap.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope we meet like a nice ghost today. Just a nice chill ghost. It feels like a good day to have a chill conversation.
Could you imagine if that truly happened? If there was just some sort of spiritual entity that's like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? Just plain as day, like, hey, what's up?
Oh, the dream.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a beautiful view of Manhattan here from where we are.
Oh, this is interesting. So we're passing what looks like, I believe this is a Chinese cemetery, and all of the headstones have a little stone or two on top of them. Do you see that?
Interesting, yeah.
I wonder what that means or is for. That's really interesting.
Interesting. These look newer, or they're just really well maintained. Whoop.
Whoop.
Stepped into a thing. Podcasting, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a crazy view of Manhattan. Wow.
This would be a nice place to get stuck, if you got stuck. I guess you wouldn't get to see it because you'd be in a box. Look, we're passing a mausoleum right now. That's so spooky.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Come on, you have to, if you...
It's an interesting idea that you just build a stone house for your corpse.
It's kind of metal.
Oh, it's super metal.
You ever have to do the thing, we're passing a headstone with my name on it.
Oh, really? Where?
I mean, it just Miller.
Oh, yeah.
You ever do the thing as a kid?
Dude, imagine we pass two headstones right next to each other with our exact names on them.
That'd be amazing.
First and last names.
Dude, that's my dream.
That's your dream?
You ever had to do the thing in school where I was a freshman in high school, and my friend had this like scavenger hunt party, and it was we all got video cameras. We wanted to do like stupid shit around town.
Sure.
Go into the CVS and ask for extra small condoms, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And like record yourself doing it. But one of the other ones was like go into the cemetery, find your name, and like lay
oh, Jesus.
on your like. That was fun.
Oh wow, this is a cool. Look at this guy.
We've gotten a little spookier.
Under the trees, yeah, it has gotten a little spookier.
We've gotten a little more into the crosses, weathered angels.
Yeah, it feels a little like the older section. Whoa, that's crazy. You can look right in there.
All right, so we're looking into a mausoleum right now. Just definitely being respectful and everything. It's not that spooky in there. That's actually quite nice.
It's very nice, very well maintained. Looks like the head of the Virgin Mary, and it looks like there's a whole family actually.
Yeah. Wow.
Or multiple people from the same family. Wow. I'm sure there's actually a crazy amount of history in here. I mean, there is.
I bet. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
The families that are buried here, the different things that have happened here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, we have fully entered just music video graveyard.
Yeah.
A couple of overturned ones.
For sure.
I love cemeteries. I kind of forget until.
I think this is the hill.
Shit, this is it.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it said in the article that a lot of these should be like Civil War era.
Uh-huh.
Which, kind of checks out.
Oh, there's one with the Masonic symbol. Interesting.
Oh, baby, where's that? Where do you see that?
The Braga right there.
Oh, shit.
So
1939, wow. Okay, Eric, we've made it to Solitude. This is the spot where Didario, the groundskeeper, or at least was the groundskeeper 10 years ago, says he's seen a woman in white crying. It's we're on a hillside. We're leaned up against this big old fucking spooky tree.
Yeah.
But we have a beautiful view of Manhattan.
Incredible view.
I'm keeping this spot in mind. It's also just if you need to like get away, this is a nice spot to just sit.
If you would love just a very goth picnic date, this might be your place.
Man, we should. That's the next thing we should feature: goth picnic date spots.
Oh sure. Maybe we start an app.
There we go. This is really, really beautiful. I'm kind of shell-shocked by it.
Yeah.
Forgetting we're supposed to talk about spooky stuff. You can see the train running by.
Yeah.
Really, really love it.
It's a very sort of interesting juxtaposition with the rest of the city. Brian, let me ask you this question. Let me get a little vibe check from you. What are you picking up right now?
Vibe check is a great question. I actually feel great right now. I get no spooky vibes. I'm just despite being among some of the headstones here are straight out of a like goth music video, kind of like you were saying. Of like, there's one that's toppled over just beyond us, and we're talking like a lot of Civil War era dates here.
Yeah, for
These
sure.
are old spots, and they're really spread out. Earlier in the cemetery, it's much more denser packed, much more denser lots. There's one. You walk a couple paces before you see another one. There's not much of an order or a rhyme or a reason to them.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're just growing out of the ground like mushrooms.
Yeah, and they're in a lot of different There's like little carved tree stumps. There's one that's sort of an open book on a column, which is pretty neat. A lot of a couple obelisks and some mausoleums that we saw. Yeah, I mean, on my end, it's I definitely get a feeling here. It feels different. I don't mean a spooky feeling, but there's just a sense of a sort of solemn sense that I kind of get a sense of peacefulness also.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't feel like we're just walking on the street.
No.
You know?
No, it definitely doesn't. But it's a nice vibe.
No, it's not bad.
Very
it's not
peaceful.
threatening. Yeah.
So I guess we should try to communicate either with a woman in white or just anyone who's around. We don't mean to scare anybody away if they're interested in speaking to us. But Eric, you want to hit the? I guess the question we're asking is there anyone here who wants to say hello? We're doing a comedy podcast, but we'll be respectful. That is always our goal.
Yeah.
Unless you want to haunt us, in which case do it.
Well, maybe Brian. I think I'm good on the haunting.
You can haunt me. Don't haunt Eric. I'm open to it though.
Cool. All right. So should I?
Yeah. Let's rip it. So, an interesting one to stop on. So we didn't get much there. It did get a couple of like older sounding snippets of music.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Do I think it's necessarily anything? No, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's also, I mean, is there an element of, and we should try again, don't get me wrong, maybe they weren't ready for it. Another thing that I've read is that older spirits can be a little more resistant to some newer technologies.
Sure.
And that makes sense to me.
My parents hate iPhones.
So that we could be immediately these darn kids with their fangled stuff I don't understand.
Yeah.
But and that's okay. But it's also, I guess, a possibility that this is just a really chill spot, and everyone here is at peace.
Yeah, maybe everybody's at rest, or they're just hanging out.
Should we give it another go?
Yeah, let's give it one more shot.
Hello, we're how's it hanging? Ghosts? I heard a word there.
A word came through, but I couldn't make it out quite what it was. I hope we'll be able to listen to it back.
Yeah, I think we're certainly learning how to use this dang box.
Yes, for sure.
It's interesting. One of the perils of this that I've kind of read about, which is funny when you were sort of inviting really anything around.
Is
that one fun thing that I've heard in those kind of circles is that when trying to reach out to, say, a spirit or a ghost or whatever, that other things may come in.
Yeah, I'm open to that.
And kind of impersonate the thing you're trying to contact. Just like, oh yeah, I'm this person. What's up?
I would absolutely fuck with that, man. I'm ready to be the jackass of the paranormal world, you know?
You know what's, I think that's right.
I'm Brian, I'm ready to get haunted by a demon.
Oh God. Next time we hang out, your eyes are just black. Brian? Is that a jar of
Let's
blood?
do the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start recording.
Oh, this is a dream. How viral would we fucking go, dude?
It would be pretty, yeah, there's recorded proof of demonic possession. And I just run with it. I just keep co-hosting the pod with you.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay, great.
So, I guess I'm curious if there's anything that we should know.
Ooh, yeah. I heard some words there. It could mean anything.
I kind of wonder too, some of this requires a little bit of analysis on the back end.
I think so as well. It was interesting that you would ask, and once again, like I said, we have to kind of approach this with some skepticism and kind of read the tea leaves of what we've. But it was funny that you asked, is there anything you'd want us to know? And the first snippet of a song, the lyrics were, you know.
Yeah.
I also heard the word magic.
Interesting.
Which is interesting.
I think what's a fun element to all of this stuff is just kind of opening yourself up to coincidence and synchronicity.
Absolutely.
And I think one thing that I've seen in terms of like paranormal investigations and all, and that whole world is there's almost never a definitive oh, it's this thing. It's always this mysterious, it really could be. That's very weird, but I can't be sure.
I think ultimately what, because there is an element of, I do believe in, there's certainly a lot of paranormal researchers out there who are genuinely trying to approach things from like a scientific angle and trying to find some sort of answers, and I definitely respect that. I think all I'm looking for is a little bit of magic and mystery in the world, you know?
Yeah.
I think my ideal circumstance in one of these like types of things is to go, ooh, weird.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I just want a little mystery.
Yeah, same.
I think that's ultimately what it's that I think does tie my general fascination with it. Because like even though I am when I'm outside of like the Brian and Eric persona, because like certainly we have a little bit of a persona that we put on.
Of course.
The genuine interest that feeds that is this hope that there's some mystery left.
Absolutely. I think that's not to get too philosophical, but I think we're sort of in a little bit of a civilizational crisis where we've kind of just scrubbed all of the magic and sacredness and mysticism and mystery out of our world. Like we've emerged into almost an entirely materialistic world.
Yeah.
And I think there's a deep human hunger to experience that. With that said, yes, in some senses that's true, but there is also a thriving and vibrant, I guess, community, you could say, of traditional practitioners and a lot of paranormal stuff going on just hand in hand with that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we haven't seen a woman in white. We've seen
No.
we've gotten a couple funny eyes from people taking care of the property.
Exactly.
Maybe we were the ghosts all along, but you want to move on to our next location?
Sure.
Great. So we're we're continuing. We're making our way from Solitude to Ocean View. We are lost is a strong word.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We have a map that we kind of can figure out.
This is look. You see these more stones on
I
top of.
thought there was like a Jewish tradition of that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm seeing it all over the place. Oh, another Freemason thing. Okay, so we're at.
Oh yeah, we've seen we've seen a couple of Freemason carvings on the headstones.
All right, so we're at Oak Hill. Oh, I see. Oh man, so we're right. Ocean View must be just like right past here, I think.
Great.
Because we're at Oak Hill, Summer Glen. Okay, cool.
Cool. My grandfather passed away a couple of years. Headstones are expensive. I feel like that doesn't really come up that much.
Funeral death industry, massive racket.
I
feel like it's like braces.
Yeah, man. Like, so headstones are fucking expensive. Like, we buried my grandfather in a cemetery, but he was just in an unmarked grave for like 3 years.
Really?
Because it takes a bit to get a headstone. I mean, you got to get it made too. Like, it's a whole amount of time.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually I believe it's one of those skills that, you think like, oh, everybody knows how to do masonry and stone carving and stuff, and like, not that many people do anymore. It is fading.
You give me a hunk of rock. So we're looking at ones right now that are cylindrical.
Yeah.
And they say mother and father on them, and like, you give me a hunk of rock, and like, okay, make that a cylinder. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, the craftsmanship on so many of these monuments is really beautiful.
Yeah. I gotta say, I do like it better when, earlier in the park, because they're all so neatly kind of put together, like very maximized for space.
Yeah.
I like it when it's a little more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little
sprawling.
More chaotic, sprawling. Yep. For sure. Okay, so this is Ocean View right here.
This is Ocean View right here. Wow. I'm gonna. Could you at one point see the ocean? Because I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I don't see a lot of ocean.
Can't really see the ocean. It's a winter's day, so there's not too many foliage on the trees. We could see. Oh wait, maybe, dude, maybe a very thin strip. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe when there were fewer buildings. It's not like there's crazy skyscrapers to the south, but it is sort of built up.
Right.
I don't know.
I think also the street over there ocean.
Oh, probably. No, but I don't know. I mean, I think at one point in time, if you had enough elevation, you could probably see the Atlantic from here, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because it's just flat. There's no other... There's no terrain that would really block it. So yeah, all in here is Ocean View.
So what we're looking for is a statue of a little girl.
Oh.
Remember? There was the 3-year-old who apparently protects the cemetery. And the statue is apparently still in very good condition. I believe I read it was under, I don't have it here with me. I didn't take good notes. I literally read it on the podcast, so people probably know better than I do what we're looking for. But we're looking for, I believe, an angel statue.
Huh. That's a statue of a woman right there. I don't know if that's...
I don't think that's it. And I believe the whole thing is that the statue's in, like, kind of very good condition.
Okay. Oh, here's an angel statue up here.
I think that's... is that the one we're looking for?
I don't know.
Because, like, it was for, like, a 3-year-old girl, and I don't know if a 3-year-old girl is going to have this massive monument.
Sure. We've seen a couple joggers so far.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting move. I mean, I think if I lived near here, I would maybe go for a jog.
And this is certainly like, compared to the area, like, it's nice, it's clear.
Yeah.
It's kind of peaceful. So I don't think this is our angel. We also see some people just by their headstones. We want to be respectful.
This is also, this is not the Ocean View plot. Is it in the Ocean View plot?
I believe it's in Ocean View, yeah.
So this is Ocean View all in here. This is the central area.
Okay.
Oh man, this is cool. There's this one. It's got the anchor on it. This is for a sailor. A couple of sailor graves here.
Oh wow, very cool. Ocean View, baby.
Wow, I think these are Navy veterans.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow.
What years are we looking at? 1917. Wow.
Yeah, 1919.
All right, we're looking for an angel. And like I said, that article was 10 years ago, so like who knows what could have happened.
Yeah.
We have an angel over here. I was picturing something smaller than like kind of the angels we've seen so far.
Oh, I see.
This is a large plot. I don't know if... Basically, what we read in the article is that the details on the angel are like weirdly preserved. No, that's not...
This is a whole family, it looks like.
Yeah, that's not who we're looking for.
Oh, I see it. That's an angel up there.
Let's go look. We're in the middle of this kind of natural pathway. A couple of just like classic graveyard trees.
Yeah.
It's the article.
Really gnarled.
The article described it as a Bushwick boneyard, and like part of me was like, yikes, New York Daily News.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, that's kind of a good way to describe it.
I suppose, yeah.
We're walking up to an angel we saw right now. Hear a little bit of radio feedback from somewhere. No, this isn't it either. And that's not even an angel. That's just
It looks like there's wing. There are wings, I think, that broke off on the back.
maybe you're right. But I don't think that's our girl.
Elizabeth Gerard.
No.
Okay.
Okay. We'll keep looking.
I mean, there's certainly a few monuments that.
I thought Daddario said it was under a tree as well.
Maybe is it this?
We've got another big monument here with a stone lady on it. Well, worst case scenario, we can always pull out the spirit box and see if she can help us find her.
Sure.
Yeah. Love a little bit of leaves in a cemetery, man.
Oh yeah.
These are
it
all...
feels like, even though it's in the middle of winter, it's a little warm today. It feels like a fall day.
It does. I feel like the colors are a little more vibrant. You know, we definitely have that like brown dead vibe right now.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm very not sure.
I'm stumped.
We said it's not that.
Well, let's go take a look. It's Wolf.
John? No.
No, I don't think so.
You want a spirit box?
I guess let's spirit box it. Let's see if we can. Someone can help us out here. I wish I could remember her name. I said it earlier in the show, and I'm not going to listen back to it now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Should I look it up?
Nah, it's okay.
Right.
I think it'll be all right.
All right.
Xbox.
Booting up the ghost box right now. Hey, if there's a spirit out there who wants to help us find a little angel statue here in Ocean View. We're a little stumped, and we'd appreciate the help. Unfortunately, nothing clear. You know, maybe she's not around. It's been 10 years since that article.
Yeah.
And we don't see it. You know, maybe she's busy. She's 3. You know?
Exactly.
She's keeping herself entertained.
Yeah.
It's a nice day.
It is a beautiful day.
She should be visiting all the other ghosts. I wish we knew where they were hanging out. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Interesting.
Interesting.
All right. Well, inconclusive first ghost expedition.
But they weren't all going to be conclusive.
That's right.
If
they were all conclusive,
right.
I don't really know how to finish that thought, but it would be a different kind
But
of situation.
man, if they were all conclusive.
If they were.
Well, Eric, I guess we should. Do you have any final thoughts here before we magically transport to the studio where we will absolutely have? What's that weird cube one?
Yeah, let's check out the cube.
We got to go investigate the cube one. So this was fun. So this is our experimental field trip show.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd love to do more of this. So we'll let us know what you think.
And if you have sites or places you think we absolutely have to investigate,
we'd love that.
Send those in for sure.
But we're kind of figuring out. So we're kind of just like, I love run and gun, and
yeah,
I think we're gonna. Ideally, we're gonna do more of it. So let us know what you think of this one. We're crossing the street here. Just a fucking. I'm sure it's just a very nice memorial to someone's deceased family, but. I hope it's like the Hellraiser cube.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it now. That is odd.
It's quite stark.
Yeah, it is very stark.
It's coming into view. There seems to be writing on it. Holloway. Stepping over a headstone here. Holloway. And, all right.
Okay.
I guess yeah, it's some names and some dates.
Seems like
why
some
the
kind
cube?
Of titan of industry or something.
Maybe. What years have we got here? 22. That feels like an eccentric move, right? There's something on the underside here. Okay, I think we got a family here. And there's families on all sides of the cube.
I wonder, what kind of stinks is if you get the sort of bottom sides of the cube, you can't really see the name so well.
And those are way more weathered.
Yeah.
Than, man, interesting. Well, we got Little Harry. Well,
the thing is, I mean, this is just a really, if nothing else, this is an incredibly beautiful place, and there really is just an overwhelming sense, I think, of just peace and kind of solemnity. And
hang on, dude, is that our girl?
Over here?
It's not an angel, but and there's no tree, so basically it can't be.
Let's check it out. It is a decapitated.
I can't even read the name, it's so weathered.
No, me neither.
But there is a decapitated, it's a kind of a spooky image, I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. There's some roses carved in.
We're looking for like very detailed lace on the back, but no, I don't see anything. I guess that's not our girl.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'm not ready to rule out that there are or are not spirits in this place. But like you were saying, just nice. Highly recommend. Maybe not for ghost hunting, but for a walk.
Yeah. It does almost feel like intrusion is too strong of a word. But there's a lot of dignity to this place.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're poking around in something where it's like people have been at rest here for a very, very long time.
Yeah, we don't want to be on your podcast, you fucking idiots.
Exactly.
What's a podcast?
Yeah,
I'm chilling.
Exactly. No, that's right.
We came in just like, wah!
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted that from us.
It's like, okay. All right, guys.
Will we learn our lesson next time? Probably not.
Yeah,
but
maybe not.
An interesting conclusion. Eric, are you ready to magically transport back to my place, and we'll do the outro?
Yeah, let's do
that
it.
We definitely didn't pre-record?
Absolutely not. Yeah, we're gonna do it live.
Wow, Eric, what a wild ghost hunting adventure we've just had that we definitely have had, because we're definitely not recording this outro seconds after we just did the intro.
Certainly not. In my memory banks, I'm holding a crystal clear picture of all of the wild and terrifying things we've just experienced, and all I can say is, holy moly.
I can't believe we have blown the ghost hunting world wide open.
Yeah, we kicked in the door, baby.
So there's two things. Either we have entirely kicked open the fucking door into the world of ghost, and we're about to become fucking superstars.
Oh yeah. A lot of money in ghost hunting.
A lot of money in ghost hunting. Or There is no or. That's the only thing that could have
That's
possibly
the only
happened.
option,
That is
man.
the only option.
Yep.
That's going to wrap up this broadcast for the night. Remember, you can tune in. Normally, you can tune in live Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. ET at twitch.tv/goblinvoice or our YouTube channel. And you can find us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. We want to thank Purple Planet and Carl Kasey at White Bat Audio for the use of their music. Do you want to get in touch with us? You can join our Discord channel. You can follow us on Twitter at Brian and Eric Pod. You can visit our blog at briananderic.show or email us at spookybriananderic@gmail.com. Once again, we want ghost hunting cases. We want them. We're here to help.
That's right.
Kind of. Okay. Will we help? No. Will we be loud and make a mess? Yes.
We'll casually look into it.
There you go. Yeah, we'll
Poke around.
We'll poke around for you.
You know,
we'll take a
might
look.
make it worse. No guarantees.
I can almost guarantee we'll make it worse.
Yeah.
For both of us here at Brian and Eric Dump Along here, thank you for listening. Stay safe out there.